because this is the intro that we use during Mother's Day. During the Women's History Celebration Month back in March. And here we are on Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, to everybody that's playing the role of mom, whether you are a dog mom, cat mom, bird mom, snake mom, auntie, grandmother, stand-in, whatever the case may be. Happy Mother's Day to all. We are back for the second segment of the hashtag Brothers of Baseball show. The family is here. There's Anna. There's Mike. What's up, y'all? How you doing, Anna?
I'm doing. How are you?
You're doing. It's not the typical Anna response now. Who do Mike and I need to come and beat up?
No, I'm just trying to temper my. The Twins are doing really well and have made a huge turnaround. But I'm not, trying to make other people feel bad because not everybody's team is doing as well. So.
Me, Mike, what's going on, sir? How you doing, man? It's the Rocky Balboa of the ShakeBack Media Group. What's going on?
Doing pretty good. Phil's Cleveland tonight on ESPN within probably 45 minutes. This is Sunday night, so we'll be more talking about later in the week.
Absolutely. It's the rubber match that would have taken place on Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN.
Right.
So you have to give props to both of these squads who are playing pretty good baseball at the moment. So we'll see how it shakes out, and that'll give us something to talk about on the next episode, whether Mike will be happy or whether the people that I know in Cleveland will be happy. So we'll find out. All right. Just in case you guys missed it in the first segment, the good, the bad, and the ugly, we're going to get to some ugly here in just a minute. I want to get Anna and Mike's thoughts on the football game that took place in Denver between the Broncos and the team that is no longer in San Diego. I guess we can call them the Chargers, but it was actually a baseball contest. So I'm gonna get their thoughts about that. This second segment is being brought to you by the Big Game Christian Sports Network. Thank you for tuning in to the hottest future forward online sports network in the collective galaxy, the BGC Sports Network at hashtag BGCSN1 and hashtag BGCSN2. Stream us while you work, cook, or clean at home on Alexa by saying, Alexa, start BGC Sports Network. Check us out at bgcsports.net for schedules and upcoming events. Okay. So we're going to talk. You know what? I think we want to get right into not necessarily fair or foul. I want to get right into did you see that? Because on Mother's Day, there was something that occurred that is not something that we normally see on a regular basis. And I want to go ahead and bring it on because I think it's important for us to talk about it. And in the series between the Tigers and the Rangers in Detroit, Josh Young, who plays, of course, third base for the Texas Rangers, was facing his brother on Mother's Day, Jace Young. And then something happened along the way, guys. So let's go ahead and start this by doing just this. It's funny because the fair or foul and did you see that are referenced from the same exact movie. So here we go.
Oh my God! Did you see that? Oh my God! Did you see that?
And as I said, Josh Young, and here he is at the dish against his brother Jace. And what happens on this very pitch, it's like, take that, brother. I am the better brother than you are. So here we go.
As there goes another runner. It's Carter this time. Young belts it to left, and Josh Young makes it 5-0. He keeps his eyes on his own paper around third, and the Rangers lead by a nickel.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
Anna, how do you think, as from a dog mom's perspective, how do you think the mom of the young boys felt when she saw Josh homer off of Jace?
Probably excited, and then, oh, shoot. I mean, like, how could you not be excited? But when they're opposing each other, ultimately one is going to win. I mean, it's not a given that obviously he was going to hit a home run off him. But I loved, she was wearing like half of each jersey. Like, you can tell how prideful, she is about them. And so I think it's mixed emotions, but you're excited. And then also, oh, you'll get him next time is what, Jace gets.
Mm-hmm. And we shall see. I don't know if the Tigers and the Rangers play each other again this season, but when that happens, of course, we will be on to discuss it. All right, Mike. So which one do you want to be? Do you want to be Jace or do you want to be Josh?
I'll be Josh because here's, I know all about that with the Eagles. Of course, being from Philly, Jason playing against Travis Kelce in the Super Bowl a couple years back, but of course, Jason Kelce being retired now, the Eagles got retribution on those Chiefs this past Super Bowl 59. So,
yeah. So that makes me Jace, I guess. So I gave up the home run to you being Josh. But I thought that was a pretty cool moment. It kind of reminds me of a few years ago when Jose Trevino was playing for the Rangers, and he came up. They called him up from AAA Round Rock, and he actually hit a home run on Father's Day, and his father had not too long passed away before that. And it was a really, really big deal for him and for the Rangers and everybody. I think they actually played the Rockies that day. So we're going to talk about the Rockies here in just a minute, because the good, the bad, and the ugly that I talked about in the in the first segment, rather, the ugly was the Denver Broncos giving up 21 points to the San Diego Chargers. But wait, it wasn't the Chargers, nor was it the Broncos. It was the Rockies and the Padres. And the Rockies got 21 hung on them on Saturday, Anna. And you have a stat for us that you need to tell us about.
Yes. So that 6-33 record that the Rockies had as of Saturday through the first 39 is the worst start in modern era baseball. So since 1900, just everybody thought the White Sox were so bad last year. And, we've been talking about, are they going to be as bad? Are the Rockies going to be bad? Well, the Rockies are statistically worse already than the White Sox were last year at this time. So we might see another negative winning record, or lack of wins record set here.
A huge negative win record. All right, Mike, it was so bad for the Rockies after that game on Saturday that they fired their manager Bud Black and their hitting coach. Do you think that Bud Black is saying, you know what, thank you for firing me, I appreciate it?
I would. I mean, he said, Bud Black's had a long tenure with the Rockies. I think one of the longest managerial tenures in baseball. What do you expect when you don't give a guy anything to work with?
Yeah, I mean it's clear.
Shame that they're just like one of these franchises that just don't spend money.
Yeah, clearly they are in rebuild mode, but they've been in rebuild mode for quite some time. I think it may be safe to say that the Rockies,
absolutely, undoubtedly, unquestionably, 100% completely suck.
I didn't say it. The Rock said it.
Did you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Yeah, it's the Rockies and they stink.
Well,
I'm just tripping. All right, let's get to the week that was, and Anna is trying to contain her excitement, rightly so. But if it were me, I would not be trying to contain anything. So Anna, your Twins had one heck of a week. 6-game homestand, sweep the A's, sweep the O's, not the A's. Sweep the O's, sweep the Giants, and they know how to win the close ones. So talk about the week that was for your Minnesota Twins.
I mean, it was a great week. I think last week I said,
Can we get some more excitement, please? Can we
we won 6 of 6. Like, I was going to be happy if we won 5 of 6, and then we got down early in the Sunday game and came back and won an extra innings. And before this week, the Twins had not won, a game when they'd scored 3 runs or less, and they won 2 in a row that way. So I think this is the team that we were expecting to see when the year started, and here they are finally. I mean, and we talked about Royce Lewis would be coming back, and would that make an impact? He just got his first hit on Sunday that he had since he, last season. So I think he definitely made a difference, but we're just really starting to see the pitching has been great. The Twins were predicted to have really good pitching coming into this year, and it was a little shaky to start, but I think we're seeing it now. So I'm looking forward to, seeing what we do next year, but we're on an 8-game winning streak, and heck yeah, I'm happy about it. So.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes we know as baseball fans that it takes a little while for the offense to catch up with the pitching, and it could just be the reverse effect here. All right, Mike. So your Phillies, your Fighting Phils, as we mentioned in the beginning part of the segment, by the end of by the airing of the show on Monday, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and of course, 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock on the BGCSN 1 and 2. That's of course Central Standard Time. By the end, or by the time that the show airs, 2 of 3, it's a battle. It's a battle between the Guard. I almost said the Indians, the Guardians, and the Phillies. But before that, how about the sweep of the Rays? And you called it on the last show, Mike.
Oh yeah, they went down to Tampa. They played in, I guess, Steinbrenner Field and swept them. I mean, it was a close call in Game 3. The Phils were down and came back to win 7-6, to start off a nice road trip. And as you said, the rubber match tonight against Cleveland. Ranger Suarez last night going 7 innings, only giving up 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, which right now, I mean, the Phillies' number 1 prospect, Andrew Panner's making his way back. I think he just threw a game with their AAA affiliate. And he's possibly going to be joining the rotation. So the Phillies right now have a good problem with a lot of 6 starters. And Ranger Suarez, who hired Scott Boras in the offseason, is a free agent this year. I could, if Painter comes back, is he supposed to be the top prospect the Phillies have been banking on for the last 2 years, him coming off Tommy John? Ranger Suarez could, they're showcasing his talent right now. I think he could possibly be traded. And I read a rumor that, the Red Sox and the Yankees possibly could be suitors for Ranger Suarez. So,
you know what? Excuse me. Let me say this real quick about
the
Yankees, because I hate to cut in there, but we need to excuse me. I'm sorry. Look, we have been so busy this past weekend. Our daughter got married on Saturday. I'm working on about 6 hours sleep over the last 3 days. So I'm trying to be all right for the show. But the thing is with the Yankees, this is when I root for the Yankees. I root for the Yankees when they go out and spend all this money, and yet they're barely a 500 team. That's the only time I root for the Yankees. And speaking of the Yankees, after the A's had a very good week last episode that we talked about, they reminded Oakland fans, Philadelphia A's. No, I'm sorry, not Philadelphia A's. They reminded West Sacramento A's fans of who they are. And I need to take ownership because it is possessive. It's who we are. The A's are they have a 7-17 record at home. But for some reason on the road, we play pretty good baseball. Right. But in this particular home stretch, after beating Seattle in the first game of the set, we go on to lose the next 2. And then after losing to the Yankees in the first set and coming back to win the second game, Well, we get bombarded by Yankees bats in the rubber match and now have dropped 2 of 3 to the Yankees and 2 of 3 to the Mariners all in the same week. And I think that is a little bit of fool's gold for my Athletics, but it's okay because at this point of the season, I don't think anybody expected them to have a better record or more wins rather than the Orioles, the Astros, the Rays, you could throw, well, you used to be able to say the Twins until the Twins just caught fire. And another thing too that we can say about the A's is that they do have more wins than the Colorado Rockies and the Chicago White Sox combined. So that's what it is. And we're gonna get to the hashtag look ahead in the third segment, but we have yet another edition of
Go foul, go foul.
Stay fair!
Go foul.
Stay fair! Stay fair!
Go foul, go foul.
It's fair!
It's foul.
It's fair!
It's foul.
Foul!
Please go foul.
No! Ball! Wrong again, Ernie!
That movie to me will never, ever go out of style. So I've got some statements, and Anna and Mike have to say whether they think it's fair, that they agree with it, or that it's foul, that they don't agree with it. And here it is for me right here and now, because with the NFL draft behind us, right? And the rookie mini camps are going on as of tape time. My question to since Anna, you're in the American League Central, which is in the same region as the Cleveland Browns. The Browns have 4 quarterbacks in their room as we speak. Fair or foul? Shedeur Sanders will become QB1 by the beginning of the season.
Oh my goodness. I say foul just because they have so much weird stuff going on. I don't think they know what they're doing. And I mean that with all respect, but I don't think so. I think they'll probably put someone ahead of him, but it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't either. But I'm going to say foul.
Yeah. And he has not performed that great in minicamp or rookie minicamp from what I've seen. All right, Mike, we got less than a minute left to go in the segment. Here's one for you. Fair or foul? Jason Kelce is kicking himself for retiring 1 year before the Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl. Fair or foul?
I would say fair.
Yeah, I think that would be an easy fair for me.
But then again, that could go either way because look how many commercials and how much money he's made since retiring now. He's like all over. At least last season he was all over the place commercial wise.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, their podcast, him and Travis.
That's not no. See, now you trying to make it
yeah, but they got like $100 million for.
Oh, but it's not the same as winning the Super Bowl. Okay, come on back to the other side of the break. We're gonna get to some more of this with Mike, and then we're gonna get to the power rankings and the hashtag look ahead. Hashtag was the baseball show. There's Anna. There's Mike. I'm Willie. Y'all come on back and holler at us.